I have a wonderful story called I Am Perfectly Designed by Karamo Brown. And I'm going to read to you the opening remarks because I think it'll give you a good idea of what the story is going to be about. From Karamo Brown, star of Netflix's Queer Eye, and his son Jason Brown, comes an empowering ode to loving who you are exactly as you are. I Am Perfectly Designed is a celebration of modern families and the special bond between parent and child, infused with the trademark warmth and wisdom that have established Karamo as a beloved public figure. One sec. I am perfectly designed. First, there was you, Dad. Then there was me. And now there is us. That's right, now there is us. When you first saw me, you said, "He is perfectly designed from his head to his toes." And I meant every word, and I still do. When I was a baby, I looked just like you, only I had no hair, and you had lots. Now it's the opposite. So true. The first thing I remember is being carried on your shoulders while you walked me all over the city. Remember that? I had such a big baby head. Indeed, but your big baby head was perfectly designed just for you. When I was real little, I thought you could touch the moon. Remember that? We'd sit on the roof and reach for it. One day you'll be big enough to reach it yourself, but until then, it's perfectly fine to ask for help. Remember when we went as syrup and waffles for Halloween, Dad? Ha! I do. That was awesome. I wonder what will be this year. When I run in the park and jump in the park and climb trees in the park and pretend I'm a statue in the park, you remind me I am perfectly designed to explore the world. You are, and you always will be. Sometimes, Dad, when I get mad or sad or confused, you wrap me in your arms, and I like that. Me too. And I remind you that you are perfectly designed and wonderful, no matter how you're feeling. Dad, when I grow up and leave home, will you miss me? Oh, yes, I will, very much. Will you go into my room and play with my race cars and stuffed animals? You know I will. Will you sit on the fire escape and feed the pigeons like we do in the summer? The pigeons and the sparrows. Will you remember our favorite moves? I will, and I'll invent some too. Dad, will you always think of me? Always. You know what, Dad? What? I will always remember walking through the city and sitting on your shoulders, and maybe when you're older and I'm taller, I can carry you on mine because we are perfectly designed for each other. That's right. And that's the end of the story, but I want to read you the final words that Karamo wrote to us all. Dear readers, that's you. It's always been a dream of mine to write a story inspired by the many lessons my father taught me. When I was growing up, any time I felt fear or uncertainty, my father would remind me that I was perfectly designed. Knowing that at an early age really instilled self-love and confidence in me, which has been hard to find on my own. But now that I'm older, it's easier to walk with my head held up proudly. My father and I felt it was only right to give this message to you. I want readers to never forget that just being your natural self is perfect. It's beautiful in every sense. We know how hard it is to think otherwise, but you can't stop telling yourself this until you feel it. Like everything in life, it takes some time. But with repetition, you will learn to walk with your head held higher than the Eiffel Tower. That's by Karamo's son, Jason Brown, and Karamo says, that's exactly right. And so, my friends, that is the end of our story tonight.